Back on your Gianna Volpe report, brought to you in part by the Crazy Fork in Mattituck, by Village Overhead Door in Southold, by the Duncan Inn in Jamesport, and by the Peconic Cellar Door in Peconic.
We are back. We are back, and I am so grateful that Roz Dimon is on with us this morning when Alex Ferrone of the Alex Ferrone Gallery, which will be having the hybrid show on Saturday. When I spoke to her and asked if an artist might be able to come on with us this morning, I was really glad that Roz was able to come, just because Roz is a Shelter Islander, and that is a place that is nestled deep within my heart. And I'm so glad. Good morning, Roz. How are you?
Good morning. I am just fine. It's wonderful to be talking with you this morning about the upcoming show.
Yes, on all the way from New York.
Yes, I am a Shelter Islander, but I'm also a New Yorker from way back, and they're two different wonderful places.
Yes.
Within 3 hours, which makes the North Fork such a exciting venue for art and culture, I think. And
it's funny because there's quite a few New Yorkers that I know that have found their way to Shelter, and it's a great retreat from the hustle and bustle. When did you move there? When did you get to Shelter?
My husband and I moved to Shelter Island in 2001, and I do want to point out that it was before 9/11.
Okay.
Because my first instinct at that point was to run back to the city where we still live as well. But we've been there since 2001, and we now split time between both areas. But I'm so falling in love with Shelter Island. So it is something about having, the show is digitally oriented in some ways, and my work has been for many years, and I'm bringing that up only to say that I'm not sure I could live in Shelter Island as easily as I do without, the internet and the fact that we can connect to almost anything in the world now in your backyard.
Yeah, and speaking of your digital, hours in resolution I saw on your website, and talk a little bit about your digital, what you do digitally. What is a Diamondscape? What we'll be seeing this Saturday at the Alex Ferrone Gallery in Cutchogue.
A Diamondscape. First, I've been working in digital media almost by accident for almost 30 years, and took my first course in 1984 when my paintings were starting to fill with pixels, like the other two artists I'm showing with this Saturday, and appreciate is they have a background and education in fine art. So, sometimes when you've said digital over the last 30 years, people immediately think clay print or not quite sure what to think, but it's still very much the artist making the art.
Right.
And in this case, I was responding to pixels when I first arrived in New York in the early 80s, and my paintings filled with pixels, and I felt I had no recourse but to take this course at one of the earliest courses at SVA. And I'm segueing pretty quickly here, but that just sent a curveball into my whole art career, and I have continued to do oil paintings as well, but it's been in the digital area where I have felt compelled to kind of plant my stake, and it's a medium for me. Having the presence of the technology and working with the technology as a medium is very important to me. So what's interesting, the Diamondscape, this is 30 years later after starting with 4 colors on an IBM.
Wow.
And as a painter, I might add, that's one thing again about Alex's gallery that I so appreciate. It's the bar is very high there.
Yes.
For artwork, and so I'm very honored to be showing there. I do tend to talk the way my Diamondscapes are on all these different facets, so bring me back to the point. But the Diamondscapes are literally, after starting in 4 colors on an IBM, and very excited to have that pixelated element. Here I'm working with millions of colors, thousands of brushstrokes, a pen that can sense my touch, and I work right inside the computer to create these pieces with the ability to make multiple layers within a painting that is really is infinite how many layers you can have. Over the years, I've also worked in the forefront of technology with places like the early Wall Street Journal Online, WSA.com, all down at the World Trade Center, that helped me school my skills at a time when, there were no graduate departments, or they were just beginning. So really my graduate school was the World Trade Center, working for these corporations and leading them into this new arena. So I'm bringing that up because I also worked in the web and developed early things there. So a diamondscape is something that evolved after 9/11 in a very difficult time for so many of us, and for me as well, having lost, so many things with the collapse of the towers. And I took this icon course and saw this exhibit that described icons as a work of art that was a comfort to a nation besieged. And I was having a hard time with my work, and I took a few icon courses and found these washes and layers of meaning and symbolism that invited people into a different kind of window of art on the wall that had a certain emotional connection that's different than just painting something and putting it on the wall. I came back and developed this work called a diamondscape that is a multi-layered contemporary icon, of course, of which Pale Male, which I'm showing at the gallery, is one of my earliest.
Oh, I love that. And Pale Male, it made me think of, my boyfriend is actually a Shelter Islander and has this sweater that he wears that he calls She. And
That's nice.
So I saw Pale Male, and I was like, the subject is male, but I call the work She. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so funny, because that will be at the gallery. And I just wanted to get back and just talk about the diamondscapes. They're like visual essays,
Yeah.
There's so much content in it, and getting back to what you were talking about getting into the digital world, because sort of taking the matters into your own hand as far as detailing and resolution. When I saw one layer per mark, that is just, it points to a level of artistry and of work that's beyond what many will do. And I wonder how, first of all, how long it takes to create a diamondscape like Peace, Love, and Justice, like Nail This, and then ask a little bit what about what Pale Male is, what it looks like.
Well, yeah, couple of questions there, but I'll start with, these are very intense pieces. I sometimes equate my diamondscape to what a writer might call a novel.
Right, I can imagine.
You work on that for anything from, well, it depends. You can turn one out in a month, perhaps, but rarely, and usually it's a year to two or more. I'm currently working on a diamondscape commission for the Shelter Island Historical Society.
Wonderful.
Which is now up into the 200 layers of images and marks, and it covers 300 years of history and brings it into a work of art. And to your point, your questions are excellent, but to your point, there's a larger language and lexicon building right now, I feel, in these wonderful but difficult times with so much confusion and a huge morph shift taking place, not only in business but in the arts as regards digital, ones that I couldn't even predict when I started. And it's hard for artists in some ways, but I also feel grateful to be part of a shift that I think is, and I often call like the Gutenberg press of imagery that we're in now, where long ago, words, when the Gutenberg press came along, there was a lot of ugly stuff being done, because all of a sudden the democracy of it allowed everyone to make, books and words, but out of that came one of the greatest, times in the English language with Shakespeare and other things, and I feel I'm in the early stages, and many young people are as well, in this early stage where I think the new atelier will be oriented digitally and be almost a new kind of film, because with the amount of information you can paint into a painting now digitally, I'm really telling a story. Pale Male is a story about finding home when yours is lost. So there's a spiritual aspect to it as well. And I feel that art and spirit for many artists are very closely aligned, but I will certainly say they are for me as an interfaith minister as well. This piece came out of me as, you know, a response to a time when all material trappings are lost, and even in our wonderful capitalist America, you know, when all of those materials are gone, what holds?
You know, it's funny
really love. I mean, love is at the center of this piece.
That's right, and it's and you know, sometimes that the loss of the materials, you really find a deeper, truer meaning to life and to this experience. Roz, we've got to wrap up for today, but I am so excited to, you know, please go and check out the Alex Ferrone Gallery this Saturday. Go see Pale Mail. Check out rozdimon.com, ROZDIMON.com, and check back with us next Thursday morning here on the Gianna Volpe Report on 1390 WRIV.
The Peconic Cellar Door, 2885 Peconic Lane in Peconic is open. Come see the North Fork's newest tasting room and enjoy Book-and-Onology wines, As If wines, and Saltbird Cellar wines, all in an intimate, comfortable farmhouse setting that sets the North Fork apart. Robin Epperson McCarthy and Alie Shaper are looking forward to meeting you. Monday night is Locals Night with discounts between 4 and 7. While you're there, bring home a bottle of Saltbird Cellar wine, Book-and-Onology wine, or As If wine. Excellent with dinner or to sip while you're sitting outside in the early evening hours. And bring a skeleton key and have some fun telling and hearing stories at the Peconic Cellar Door. The Peconic Cellar Door, 2885 Peconic Lane in Peconic.
Duncan had an idea to create a comfortable place on the East End for families to stay that's cool and contemporary. And you'll find it at the Duncan Inn, 1399 Main Road in Jamesport. Duncan decided that besides cool and contemporary, he'd also add some artwork from his native Scotland. And Duncan isn't leaving anything to chance. Even the sheets are 250 thread count sheets that will help you relax and wake up refreshed and ready for the day's activities. All 20 of his rooms have a workspace, electric outlets, fridges to keep your beverages cold, and a microwave to warm snacks up. But Duncan didn't stop there. For you tea drinkers, Duncan has electric tea kettles in your room so you can enjoy that nice hot cup of tea in the morning. Duncan has Hampton's coffee in the lobby each morning. Snacks, juice, bottled water, and soda. And there's free Wi-Fi. You don't have to go far to enjoy some relaxing time away. Just go over to the Duncan Inn, 1399 Main Road in Jamesport. Duncan's waiting for you.